Make sure to subscribe and ring the bell to receive our notifications. Hello, my name is Delilah Cordova, Visibility Creator here at Omnipresence Studios. We expose the world to our interviewees' unique products, services, and books, and we also help in their journey to go from undiscoverable to visible in a digital world. I am currently on a mission to conduct 100 author interviews, and we're talking about all things books, from publishing to new authors, and don't forget marketing. I would like to welcome you to our show, Marketing and Coffee, where authors come to get inspired and experience. Hey authors, you finished your manuscript. What do you do next? If you would like to learn more about being featured on my show, go to marketingandcoffee.com. And without further ado, meet our next awesome author. All right. Hey everybody, it is I am Delilah Cordova, and I'm here today with another awesome author interview. And today I have with me Beth Brownlee, and we're going to be talking about her book, Trust Your Journey, a 30 daily meditations for finding joy, peace, and purpose in life's challenges. So tune in, show up. If you got questions, throw them below. I will be monitoring the chat. Also, if you're just now watching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay, and we will always monitor the chat. So don't, if you have your questions, you have anything you want to ask author, leave them below. We will get the message to them. Now, Beth Brownlee, thank you for coming on today on my show, Marketing and Coffee. I'm so happy that you're here. Do you want to tell them about you and about your book?
Well, let's start a little bit about me, because that'll lead into the book in a big way. Back in 2004, I was a executive at Columbia Sportswear, and my business partner was also in sales management there, and we were on top of the world. I'd been promoted to be director of sales for the U.S. and for Columbia, and she had just remarried her high school sweetheart, and they had an 18-month-old child, and everything was going our way. And we both ran into big issues in our life. I was diagnosed with cancer, and her husband was struggling with kidney failure. So we were at our jobs, and we were functioning as best we could, but it was tough. He was very, very sick, and I was very, very sick. So we took a little leave of absence from our jobs, and I was pretty positive, like I am now, about everything. I went into my chemotherapy with a great attitude, and the world just spiraled out of control. I was the poster child of side effects for all the chemo, as I tell everybody, and I got really, really sick and went into a deep, deep depression from the chemotherapy. At the same time, Ruth's husband, my business partner, was getting sicker every day. And I'll never forget, it was a Saturday after Thanksgiving in 2004, and I look back now at a pretty much a lifeless body laying on the couch that didn't want to eat or bathe or live, really. I just didn't want to live. And I was really blessed because of my job. I was receiving all kinds of gifts from retailers and sales reps and people that had worked for me around the country. And I started to look through all my gifts, and within one of the gifts from a rep in Texas were the words, trust your journey. Trust your journey. And suddenly, life just changed. I came out of the depression immediately because I said, this is life, and I need to trust myself, and I need to know this cancer is not going to be my entire life. So I came out, but I still had treatment, so I wasn't well. But at least I understood that part of my life. And then 2 weeks later, Ruth's husband passed away, and that left her with an 18-month-old as a single young mom. And I shared the words with her. and they changed her life in a different way. So they saved my life and they saved her life. And honestly, Delilah, we went back to work. We had great jobs at Columbia Sportswear. We had no intentions of leaving. But we found ourselves going into different meetings. Somebody would say, I'm getting a divorce. We'd both say, trust your journey. My daughter's leaving, going away to college, trust your journey. We come out of a bad retailer meeting. I know people find that hard to believe, but we had a few. And we just look at each other and say, trust your journey. I'm trying to lose weight, trust your journey. So we found ourselves for a year saying those words so much that one day we looked at each other and said, wow, I think God wants us to share these words with other women. And so we did. We went out and we started to, we decided that we pitched them to a marketing company. We got an awesome logo, a labyrinth heart. And then we knew product, obviously, because our backgrounds, Ruth had been at Nike, I'd been at some other companies as well, so we knew product. And we said, let's go make it a tangible thing. Let's go put something tangible out there. So women, we always wanted women to honor their inner strength and celebrate their personal path through life. That was the ultimate mission statement for us. So we did that. And we put inspiration into every product we put out there. And the whole time you're thinking about writing, right? Because you're kind of writing as you're doing this. We have an incredible social following. We're over 3.7 million on Facebook, and that's all organic. Wow. We didn't go out and buy that. We didn't go out and ask for that. We just know that women need that. And then, Instagram is high. I mean, everything's high for us. And it all came about naturally. So we're really, really blessed that today we have a company that can go and share inspiration with other women. And then what do? You write the book. And that's what I did, because that's just another way to share that inspiration.
Wow.
So that's kind of the story in a nutshell. It was.
Yeah, that's powerful, though. To have something so small, like most people probably would have missed the message, but you didn't miss it. You took it, and where it developed to where it is now. That's wow.
Well, I tell everybody you can be looking for the message, but you have to be ready for the message. So I have to be honest. Yeah. I saw it 2 weeks earlier, 2 weeks prior to that, but I was in a different place at that time. And then when I saw it that Saturday, when I was at my lowest of lows, I was so ready for that message, and I saw it again, and I went, oh my gosh, this is it. This is what I need to do, and trust myself and have faith that this is going to be all okay, and it ended up being okay. So you're right. You have to be ready for that message when it shows up. So
right, that's awesome. So when when you guys were creating this company around Trust Your Journey, is it Trust Your Journey? I think I left the link. So,
you can go to trustyourjourney.com for products. Yeah.
Yeah. What kind of products do you have?
It's all inspirational. So it's tees, it's hats, it's mugs, it's journals, it's jewelry. We've done a lot of jewelry. I know on your show today we're going to give away some share bracelets. That was created in that depression. A friend of mine had made these. Her young niece had made these special bracelets. And there were about 20 family and friends that were wearing these homemade bracelets. And I tell everybody, when you're in that deep, dark place and you just don't want to live, and you wake up at 3 a.m. by yourself, in a house in the morning, you can look at that bracelet, and I always knew those people were there for me. Their energy and love was there, even if they weren't physically present. So it was a powerful, powerful gift for me, other than the words Trust Your Journey. And so we went and trademarked the word share in jewelry, believe it or not, had not been trademarked. And so it's all about sharing the journey with someone. You give one, you keep one. So if you were going through a tough time, through a divorce, you wear one, I wear one, until you get to that place, that better place that you want to be, right? If you and I are trying to lose weight together, you wear one, I wear one, and we go and commit to each other doing that thing. So it's really a support piece of give one, take one. There's no greater gift than sharing the journey with others, and I tell everybody that.
Wow, that's so awesome. So you guys, she's going to give away a couple of bracelets. So make sure you guys are tuning in and watching so you can learn how to claim them. Because I know that these share bracelets, can be shared, like she said, for give one, take one, and supporting each other, especially authors, and supporting and writing their book. So you're writing
for sure.
book. We gotta share it. We'll share a bracelet until we get through it.
Absolutely. It's really makes you committed. I love it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Um, we have a couple of people watching out here, and Izio Di she says, your message is awesome. Peace and faith is all we need right now. And she's saying hello. Hey,
Hey.
so like I said, if you guys are just now catching the replay, make sure you hashtag replay it. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below. And if you want to check out more of the author um, website and social media, I left the links in the post itself. So
Yeah, and
with
join us
that,
on Facebook. We post inspiration all day, and so it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I bet. So is there a Facebook group that goes along with this?
Well, there's not. There should be. We have the Trust Your Journey page on Facebook. I have a personal page called You've Got This. I used to coach. My education was all in coaching and teaching, and so I always said that you've got this. I mean, kids would say, "I can't." Yeah, you've got this. You can do this. So I have a
Yeah.
personal page. It's about 225,000. So I post inspiration on there as well. So you can find inspiration on all those and thought-provoking things. I like to put thought-provoking things on there because it allows people to find their way sometimes. And so I'll put thought-provoking things on there as well.
Right. So is majority of your content is like uh, uh I'll ask you that later.
Well, you can ask me now. Go ahead. Well, you know what? The content. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna ask about how you're doing your marketing. Is a mostly content based
I think it's all
on your
content based. I mean, I do all the posting on those pages, and for me, I'm big about the voice in the head and self-talk, and I like letting people know they're okay. We think we're perfectly imperfect, as I tell everybody, and I like to let people know, it's okay to cry, it's okay to get angry, it's okay to do all these things that we're told you shouldn't do, you shouldn't be like that, whatever. So it is. But like I said, it is organic. But what you find is that the world does need this inspiration, and people need to know they're okay. And to get out of this
right,
head up here that tells you horrible stuff, especially women, I think more so than men. Women are really hard on themselves, and self-talk is fast. If you've ever tried to even keep up with it, it's extremely fast, and for the most part, I think it works against us. So that was the beauty of writing, and I tell everybody, even writing the book, it slows down your self-talk. It allows you to put pen to paper and control that a little bit more, that kindness, that thing you should be telling yourself that you're loved and worthy, and not all this crazy stuff that your self-talk likes to tell you. And
right.
I've studied it a long time. I'm a certified life coach, and I'm also a certified executive coach. And it's crazy how this voice in the head works so against people at work and at home. So I've studied it a lot, and I like to talk about that a lot on Facebook as well.
Nice, nice. I think it's a lot of people, it's what they need to hear. And then especially with self-talk and being submerged in social media and all the extra noise that's coming in, um, you know, you get a lot of negative when you against a lot of positive, but when you need more positive. That's why it's really important that you keep your newsfeed clear of what you want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the beauty is we get to control it a little bit more, right? And I talk about the foundation of the day a lot, because if you just jump out of bed and get going, you're going to get bombarded. I mean, you turn on the TV, you get on the radio, whatever that, right? We all get bombarded every day. You look at Facebook, social is so visual and wordy, and it bombards you every day. So you've got to set the foundation of the day for yourself in order to have a good day or a great day or whatever that day is going to be for you. But if you don't, you'll be weak at the knees before you get home, and your day's kind of ruined sometimes by all the things going on in our world today and inside your head as well,
Right.
justifying it, verifying it, and all those things, as you know. So,
Yeah, definitely. Awesomeness. Um,
yep.
so when you're so is this book because with you having such a huge background or following, did you do self-publishing or did you just publish the book as like regular with a traditional
I
publisher?
did self-publish. Well, I started with self-publishing because that was the best way to get it out there, right? I worked with an awesome marketing company here, Fain and Tripp. So they did a great job of helping me get it out there. And and I think that's the beauty of it, right? How great is it that you can encourage yourself or have others encourage you to put, pencil to paper, and then you can go do it yourself. You don't have to go the hard route that a lot of people went to in the past. We all know people that had to have thousands of books in their garage before they could get it out there. So it is nice, but then now we're actually printing the book ourselves, and because as that builds up, right, you get that call from that retailer. I'm blessed, I have to say, because of my past life. I know a lot of retailers, and also with Trust Your Journey, we've gotten big into the gift industry, so we know a lot of retailers and hospital gift shops, you can imagine. So we print the book now and we ship it out from here. But I started with Amazon. I still am on Amazon for that one or that two that people want, and it is a beautiful thing. So, but that's a good way. I mean, for people that are discouraged, thinking it's going to take thousands and thousands of dollars, you and I both know it doesn't. If you have something to say and people want to read it, you'll find a way. So.
Yeah, exactly. So what is some advice that you can give for other authors, or what's the best advice that you think another author would need to know?
I still go back to getting out of your head, because I think a lot of us think we can't do something, right? Or we don't have the ability, or I didn't do well in English, or I wasn't great at whatever that thing was. Well, I didn't do great in English, let's just say it. But you have to realize you've got editors, you've got people that will help you through some of these processes. You just need to get started and get going. And remember, it's one day at a time. We have a tendency to get so overwhelmed by all the things that we just don't take a day in this book. One of the reasons I like it, first off, it's not very big. I travel a lot, so I like having it in my backpack in this size of book. And then it's daily, as you know and I know, and everybody watching us right now. Time is cray-cray these days. I mean, look what, you had the kids and all this stuff. Our time is so precious and so crazy, and we don't have a lot of time. But again, setting the foundation of your day and writing one day, go ahead and write that one thing, write that paragraph, write that chapter, whatever is on your mind, take the time to write it. You don't have to write the whole book in a day. And I didn't with this. And I looked back over it and I thought, I'm really blessed that I see consistency on Facebook. I see what people are commenting about. I see the needs. I hear what people are saying. I hear their hurts and pains, and I see people wanting to get out of their comfort zones and wanting to get beyond their fear and wanting to get out of the blame game or whatever that thing is. So that's what I did with this. It was just a very simple write of, hey, here's the meditation, here's the blessing, here's the journey step. Take the step. And that's what I would tell a writer, take the step. So don't let things hold you back, because you and I will, true outcomes, we'll make things right in our head and convince ourselves not to write versus writing.
Right, self-sabotage.
Exactly. That's, I like that. That's huge.
Yes.
And we're all good at it.
So what was an early experience where you learned that language had power?
I've always believed in the power of words. I think being told, I can look back at even, I wanted to play football with my brother, and being told no, because I was a girl, and how powerful that word was, being told no, right? And I can look back at very early experiences. I'll go into this a little bit. My father was an alcoholic, so there were incredible, powerful words shared in our house a lot. And you take those with you through your journey. And so I always look back on every experience, even back to 8 and 9, and go, wow, the power of words move everybody. Hey, how about that thing that teacher, maybe it's a kid on the playground for a year, that told you that your nose was ugly. Well, I can promise you today, you look at your nose in the mirror probably thinking, God, I don't know if that's right or not. It's because of something that was instilled in you. So there are power in words, and I would tell you there's probably not an experience that wasn't. There's no doubt, though, the cancer experience was huge, huge in my life. And changed direction for me. So
I bet. So yeah, overcoming those type of challenges, you know, you get to a point where it's like, what do I really want in life? What am I fighting for? What's the, you know what I mean? What's the purpose
Yeah.
here? Why is this happening to me? Why am I going through? You know what I mean? Like all that comes to mind. And it's like you just said, you know, the whole book, trust your journey.
Well, and you have
And,
to, and it's just like you said a while ago. It was spot on to, are you ready for that message?
mhm.
Are you ready? And, you know, when these things happen in our life, you know, the loss of a parent or whatever that thing might be for you. Heck, raising kids today is an incredible challenge, and as you know, but whatever that thing is, what do you learn from that? Where is the lesson in all things? You know, if you pay attention, but it takes awareness and consciousness, and you that again, that's a time thing, and you have to wake up and be aware and conscious in this world today. You know,
Right.
my last 60 days, I lost my best friend of 40 years, and she was not young. She was 93, going to be 93. I'm 60. And I lost her a couple weeks ago, and that was powerful. That was another turning point for me. I mean, it was probably the greatest beyond the cancer for me, was
Yeah.
that loss. And in that time too, though, yesterday, my niece, I'm a great aunt for the first time. So it's incredible the cycle of life and how things come and
Yeah.
go, and one leaves and one comes, and then I'm so aware of things though. I am so aware of gratefulness and blessings that it's crazy. Just a lot because of the cancer.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, when you go there, life is just never the same. But you know what? In a good way, in a great way.
Yeah. I can see that. I can see
Yeah.
that. So, how many unpublished and half-finished books do you have in the works? What's
I,
to come?
well, here's a couple of things that are come. I will definitely continue the volumes in this because this is volume one. So we're halfway through volume two right now. Then we have on all our apparel, we put it's a very different hang tag than the one you see in the store for like J. Jill or somebody. And it's a hang tag with an inspirational quote, an inspirational woman's quote, and then also a postcard from me. And those postcards are mailed back to us. And you would not
Hmm.
believe the stories, from addictions to loss to whatever it is. The stories are crazy. I was deployed. It's just nuts. So women take every inch of that card and write back to us. So I'm going to take those and put them in a book and respond to them a little bit. So that'll be powerful. And then I get a lot of messages and emails. And people know I life coach and executive coach. So I get a lot of things like that, especially on Facebook Messenger, where people want to know. And so I'll be doing some of those. And then there's a couple other things in the works as well. So yeah, there's definitely some things coming down the pike. So
Awesomeness, awesomeness. I'm
yeah.
looking forward to hearing about them.
Oh, good. Hey, we'll have to do another show.
Yeah, of course. Um, so for you, what does literary success look like? Because I think
Inspiring
you're pretty
change.
successful. Inspiring
Ins-
change.
Inspiring change. My why it matters in life is to inspire change. And if I get that, I feel really, really good. And you can see it and you know it, and you get those cards and letters and emails and all things. If you don't get it, then you do question yourself a little bit and have a little self-talk, wondering if you did the right thing, said the right thing, whatever. But it is about inspiring change. That is success for me.
Right. With this book, was there anything that you edited out?
Ooh, good question. I might have to drink some water on that. Hmm. There, I think you edit. I think you edit sometimes to what you feel or know other people need. Because when you write a book like this, I'm sure other authors do this. Sometimes you're writing things for you.
Right.
So it's like a journey back to that place, or maybe that thing, or that work situation, or that day I didn't want to get out of bed and run, or or take care of myself or whatever. So I edited out a few things that I thought were just meant for me. It did not mean that somebody else didn't take that path too, but I wanted to make sure it could be more meaningful to more people than just something that I was experiencing. So I think when you write these type books, a lot of times they are for you, and they're things you experienced, which they are, but I wanted to make sure it reached a more general audience and not maybe specific to the person that had issues running at 2:30 in the morning, because you know what I'm saying. So yeah, so that was it. It would really be editing some of those things out.
Nice. Um, I want to hear a little bit about you and your support, your family, and how that does your family support your career as a writer? All those great
Mm.
people who are surrounding you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm surrounded by awesome friends and family, and it's amazing. I'm encouraged to speak and coach and teach, and that's actually and write. Writing, like I told you, it slows the mind down and allows you to put words, meaningful words out there for the world to enjoy and share. But the support for me is phenomenal, and I will continue to do that. I'm getting ready to start coaching more and teaching more and speaking more. I've had the pleasure of speaking. I've actually had several book signings, and there's nothing more powerful. I had a book signing in a hospital, and people, any author out there that can do that, it was the most overwhelming experience I've ever had. Everybody that came up had a story, everybody. And one lady came up, she said, I had a product. My daughter just died. She was 38, and she had cerebral palsy. And she, at her funeral, we all wore Trust Your Journey shirts. Another girl came up and said, your message inspired me to make a move. It inspired me so much. And Delilah, this is crazy, but we have women that tattoo our heart and Trust Your Journey on their bodies, and we have hundreds of pictures. And she pulled up her shirt right there and showed me she had Trust Your Journey tattooed down the side of her ribs.
Wow.
And it's crazy. And those kind of things between your family and your friends and all the people that love what you do and love the message, it keeps you going every day to do the things you do, because you know you're changing a life.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
If you,
Well, it's overwhelming. It really is. I
yeah,
mean, I had a little 6-year-old girl come up and she said, I want to come over here and sit in your lap for a minute. I said, what are you doing here? She goes, well, my mom saved my life. I have diabetes, and I almost went into, to a diabetic shock. And I'm here to learn more about the little thing I'm going to be wearing. But I just want to thank you for your book. Like, well, okay, can you read my book? But, that little 6-year-old girl inspired me. I mean, she was in that hospital for a purpose. The stories were amazing, just amazing. And everywhere you go, because everybody's got a story, and everybody's traveled a path. All our paths are not great. We all know that. And I love the sharing of the stories, because of the teacher-student thing. When you're traveling that path, you're a student, right? You've traveled paths, and I have too, where you're a student. But if you find the gifts at the end of the road, you can come back and be an awesome teacher. And
right.
that's what I look for from everybody. I love the teaching that I get from everybody I get to talk to at book signings. It's terrific.
Great.
Um,
Great. Wow. There's so
yeah,
much we can
I know.
talk about, but
Yeah,
we're
there's
getting
so many
close.
different directions.
We are getting close to the end. So what I want to do is ask one more question, and then
Okay.
we'll let everybody know how they can get their share bracelet and how they can find you on social media. Um, so my last question is, like, I had a whole bunch over here I was gonna ask, but what have you done yourself to market your books, and what has been successful for you? I know you have a
uh,
team and all that, but you already, for those authors who are wondering how, she built organically a huge social media following, and
Yeah,
that in her book?
I would tell anybody, obviously starting today, as you know, is a little tougher on social media. We've been out there we started our company 11 years ago, and so we've been doing social media probably, God, personally today I was 11, I couldn't believe it. But we've been doing social media probably for about 6 years, I guess. And
Mhm.
but you know what? Inspiration, inspiration, inspiration. We don't. That's just what people need, and they share it. And ask your friends and tell your friends to share it, and stay with it and post consistently. That's the thing I find is people don't post consistently. You've got to post no less than like 12 or 15 times a day to keep the audience going. Share other people's
Mhm.
pages. It's incredible what happens when you share Power of Positivity or some of these other great pages out there. You share some of their stuff every day because people start following you just from shares. So social media has been huge. That's been the way to market. We just did a book mailer we to a lot of to a buying group I knew. So we took the book. I wrote handwritten notes. I put the book and I put a flyer in with the book, and we mailed those out handwritten just to each buyer of some Hallmark stores and some other stores. So, but you know, there are all kinds of ways. You just got to get creative and not sit on your hands, because that you know, social's the best way. But tell your friends, tell people to share it, put it out there on Facebook. Be proud of your work because you and I both know it's not easy. Uh, you're going to misspell a word maybe, um, but put it out there socially. Mail some books out to a Hallmark store. You know, there's plenty of places to go with this thing. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Awesome. So yeah, you guys, it's been a really awesome interview. You're so inspirational, and I love the
Oh,
message
thanks.
behind what you have going on. And I'm definitely going to go check it out myself. And I'm going to encourage
All right.
everybody who's watching to go and do that as well. Um, I want, like you said, there's the share bracelets, so that we can get the share bracelets and collaborate with somebody else to accomplish some goals in our lives. How do we go about getting those?
If you so, what you're going to do is you decide who you're going. As you're talking about the giveaway.
Hmm?
Okay. We sh- do you want to do something where first five names and comments or something like that? We can do it any way you want to do it.
Yeah,
But
we
you
could
just
do
let me know and I'll mail them out from here. I'll mail them.
first 5 names in the comments. There we go.
Absolutely. Just
Beautiful.
whoever wants to put in comments first, let's go for it.
All right. I think I'm going to be one of those, so I want one.
I like it. I know where you are.
Like I said, you guys can reach her. You want to go ahead and tell them where they can find you at? The
Yeah,
website.
the book is on Trust Your Journey Meditation. So all the information about the book and a little bit about me and all. If you want to know more about Trust Your Journey as a company and business partner Ruth and our stories, you can go to trustyourjourney.com. On Facebook, you can find us under Trust Your Journey, big orange Trust Your Journey icon. You won't miss it. We're about 3.7 million followers. Instagram, the same thing. You'll see it there. Personally, you've got this. You'll see a picture of me on there, and you can always message me there. I'll be glad to help out or guide you any way I can within the parameters of what I'm certified to do. And then, you can always contact me there as well. So those are the main places. And you're going to get the book on Amazon if you want to. So
Beautiful. Nice. All right. So with that being said, Beth, thank you for coming back, for coming on.
yep.
And I appreciate you taking the time out to come on my show and talk to my audience. I know that they're appreciative to see you as well. And with that being said, I want to say thanks to everybody who watched and those who are going to be watching in the future of this live. And yeah, we'll wrap it up from here. Let's say bye.
Thank you. Blessings.
One moment.
Hashtag support your author by leaving reviews. You can visit this author's book at the link above.